791.
Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma reported the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever allows his lower garments to drag out of vanity will find that Allah will not look at him on the day of resurrection. On this, Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu submitted, O Messenger of Allah, my lower garments keep sliding down, though I take care to pull it and wrap it. Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you are not of those who do it out of vanity.
Right. This hadith, when you discuss it properly so you could understand it. First of all, the person who prolongs his thobe, this is a sign of arrogance. So, man jarra thawbahu khuyala. So it's a sign of arrogance. It doesn't mean that you are arrogant, but it's a sign of arrogance. That's number one that we could learn from this. Number two, we learn from this as well that the isbal for arrogance is one of the major sins. Yes. So isbal is kabira, min kabair al-dhunub. So isbal meaning prolonging that your garment deliberately for the sake of that. Now also, if your thobe goes below the ankles without you intending to do so, then this is exempted. A person who is thobe is a bit longer, he didn't buy it like that, but he was like this, being given to him. And he's all the time trying to make sure he's not by folding it, for example, by holding it. So that's a sign he's doing it for arrogance, because he is making sure, like Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu. Number three, that the Prophet ﷺ had, when he had said, Man jarra thawbahu khuyala, the person who drags his thobe out of arrogance. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, he said, I've got long, but I'm holding it. Prophet of Allah, he said to him, إِنَّكَ لَسْتَ مِمَّنْ تَفْعَلُهُ خُيَلًا أو يَفْعَلُهُ خُيَلًا. You're not from the people who does it for arrogance. Some people, they deliberately buy something which is long, their ankles, and they say that, I don't intend to make it arrogant. Let's for the sake of argument, we believe you. You're true. Okay? That you haven't done it for the khiyala. But is there any profit here at the moment to confirm what is in your heart? Number one. Number two. So the Prophet ﷺ, he had made a shahada that nobody can make it to anybody because it's speaking from divine. Number two, Abu Bakr, he is not, he hasn't bought this after the prohibition. He got it before this prohibition. It's something that they used to do it before. So he got it now. So the Prophet ﷺ, he doesn't want to go and put it in the bin, this top of yours. No. You could use it. And Abu Bakr said, I am all the time making sure it does not drag. Inni la ata'ahadu. Right? So he's making sure it does not slide. But a person deliberately go buy something after this prohibition and make it longer than his ankles, and he say, I don't do it for khayla. Well, there's another punishment. There's two punishments, ikhwani. One punishment, a person who buys it longer than the ankles and he doesn't do it as a sign of arrogant. Because he's shy. It's not arrogant, it's shy because the community will talk about me if my thobe is above the ankles. And then the Prophet ﷺ, he said, Ma asfalul ka'bayni fa finnar. That's the first punishment. If whatever is below the ankles, then in hellfire. Who is in hellfire? The garment? No, it's the person. The garment hasn't done anything. So garment is a garment. Okay, so finnar is the person who's doing this. As if you have done it with a intention of being arrogant, that's another punishment, which is worse than the hellfire, which is this one. قال لا ينظر الله إليه يوم القيامة. Allah will not look at you. Because if you are destined to hell, this is, by the way, is in hell, that means you are going to be threatened to go to hell. If Allah looks at you, He might pardon you. But if Allah doesn't look at you, that's worse. Big punishment. لا ينظر الله. And in another hadith he says, three people, Allah will not just look at them, He will not even speak to them, He will not even give them any credit, nothing, and they will have severe punishment. In a minute we're going to see this hadith. Shows us as well that Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu arda is one of the great companions. Ikhwani, al-isbal, make it longer, there is lots of disadvantages in it. Number one disadvantage is that you are wasting your money for nothing. You know that all the time when you have a garment, especially the one who goes to the tailor, if it's longer, then it will be, I would say cheaper. Okay, so you're doing for something, you're making extravagance, israf. Also, it's the one which is long, it drags on the floor. Might carry dirt with it. So that's another disadvantage of it. Number three, this is imitating the women. Because the woman is supposed to be the one who's their thobe is to drag. But now vice versa. Okay, vice versa. Women, the men is dragging, and the women is, mashallah, la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, up to their knees. It's supposed to be the other way around. The woman is dragging, and the men who's what? Up to their, below just their knees, which is the best. The best, ikhwani, is, this is, let's say that this is the ankle of yours, this is the knee, is 2/3. So you almost close to the knee. Okay? So Prophet ﷺ, he did like this, above, okay, below the knee, he did like this. Below the knee, and he said, that's the best. And below that, up to the ankles, no problem. Izratul mu'min ila nisfi saqih. And our Sheikh Al-Albani used to have all the time the best, mashallah. Okay, if some of the people want to put it on, he has to be patient regarding the looks that the Muslims, they give it to him. It's not the non-Muslim. The non-Muslim, for them, they dress up with a duck head. They don't really care. Okay, fancy dress they call it. But the Muslims themselves, they start looking at you, and they can't say anything, especially if you're an old man. It's like talking. Okay, because your thobe is not usual. So anyway, but you have no problem to put it up to the ankles. I had one short dishdasha. Whenever I put it, I go to the masjid. I can't stop holding myself from how many people they look at me. I know they look at their short what? Thobe. Okay? Maybe the first day, second day, and after that, they give up. But still, when I see some people, new people, but our Sheikh Al-Albani, wallahi, used to say, mashallah, up to where it is the Izratul Mu'min ila nisfi saqih, to the middle of his shin. That's your Izra, the best. طيب, Khwani, also from the 792, sorry, yes, 792. So, the person who does not, if he does it out of arrogance, Allah will not look at him. 792.
Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported, Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, on the day of resurrection, Allah will not look at him who trails his lower garment out of pride.
We have explained that before, 793.
Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu reported, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, what is below the ankles of a lower garment is condemned to the fire.
Oh, so you should not really belittle such a thing. The person condemned to the fire is below the ankle. Never mind you are doing it for arrogance or not. 794.